Hey guys, it's TEW2013 Maxwell here, and welcome to episode 3 of WWE in 2009, the PG era. It's another chance to see Superstars and another episode of Raw. A couple of developments so far. As I say, we're on the road now to Survivor Series. Basically, we've managed to get in a couple of wrestlers and they are signed and delivered. The ones we're still waiting to see, hopefully, are Claudio Castagnoli, Jim Corderas as a referee for ECW, Buggy Nova, Ashley Lane, Nick Aldis and Fergal Devitt are the people we're hoping to bring in. But as I say, a lot of people since the last episode, literally between the Tuesday taping and before this episode, have wanted to come up from development, so obviously I'm going to have to bring them up. And they're all going to go to ECW. They are Alberto Del Rio, we're going to start him off in ECW. Obviously joining next week is the Dean Ambrose. We've also got Heath Slater. I don't know how this one's going to go, but Johnny Prime. I don't want to rename him Lucky Cannon like they did, but I'm going to give him an opportunity as Johnny Prime. Maybe just use him as a jobber. Lance Cade as well. Leo Kruger is also coming up. Seth Rollins will debut next week as well. And we're also looking at the debut of, I believe that's it actually. I thought there was more than that. Oh, there's one other, which is going to be kept a secret because he's going to make his debut on SmackDown. One is getting the push to SmackDown. We also had Daniel Bryan and Wade Barrett wanting to come up, but there was some skills we could send them down to work on individually instead of all round development. So hopefully they'll come up and they can, hopefully develop and become a top wrestler, top entertainer, top superstar, and somebody we can really push on as this save continues. Because say they don't schedule a debut in NXT until February, so if they can get another 2 months or so in development, that's perfect. But straight into taping an episode of Superstars. As you know, it is only 30 minutes, so it's a quick couple of matches plus the couple of segments. So we shall book something to deal with the storylines. Santino is up against Chavo, I believe. So quick match there, Chavo Guerrero versus Santino Marella to continue their feud. Just make it a quick 7-minute match. Santino Marella to win, we'll go all out. And we'll have Santino win by DQ. I think also here I'm going to give an opportunity for Jack Swagger to try and get some momentum because he's kind of lost on Raw. So who can we job out? I think we'll job out Jimmy Wang Yang. That's pretty much his role. In fact, Finlay. May as well use Finlay because he's 51, a mid-carder with decent momentum. Probably someone we can sacrifice to him for Swagger. And Jack Swagger can get the victory within 8 minutes as well. So Jack Swagger by pinfall, all out, and we'll script it to book 6 more minutes. So literally it's just going to be a small promo segment. And what we'll do is we'll have an interview. That would be a backstage interview, my bad. Backstage, we'll have an interview. And it's just going to be Christian again talking about William Regal, and we'll have that last, say, 6 minutes. Christian works for a script, that's fine. In fact, actually, he wouldn't be talking to William Regal, he'd be talking to Love It Matt Striker. It'd be about William Regal. So book that in. 25 minutes, that's literally good enough to do it. I'm going to do another segment where it's just a brawl, and it's just going to be another brawl if I can find in ring. I think we'll have in ring. What we got? What kind of angle can we use? I just want a 2v2 angle type thing. Let's see. We'll go with that. So it'll be Tyson Kidd and David Hart Smith attack GTG and Shad Gaspard. I haven't even made this a storyline yet, so we'll have that, and they basically attack them and then they get beaten up. So we'll shove that in there as well. So basic Superstars. I'm just going to add that storyline before I forget, which is of course Crime Time and the Hart Dynasty. That'll be David Hart Smith, Tyson Kidd, GTJ and Shad Gaspard. So start storyline. And we'll run this show. I think we'll go in the Great Lakes. We've yet to run a show in the Great Lakes. Just trying to get every region in America kind of sorted, just to continually get a bit of money to start with, so I can possibly look at bringing in some sort of entertain, you know, like the performance center. If we get a good dojo, then we're absolutely sorted for the future of the company. But I say short show, probably won't draw much, but at the end of the day, it's Superstars. It is meant to be for the lesser wrestlers. So Chavo and Santino collide, 67C+, and a match that had some good action, but not much in the way of feet. Santino defeats Chavo in 708. Good chemistry, and the storyline continues. Santino improving rumble skills. That does that part. Christian's interview with Matt Striker gets a 73B-, so I may make Matt Striker the interview guru. The Hart Dynasty attack Crime Time but end up getting beaten down, only drew a 60C. At least it starts to build up some heat in this feud. And the main event match, a match that had some good action but not much in the way of heat. Jack Swagger defeated Finlay in 803 by pinfall with a gut wrench, powerbomb, 72B. So that's perfectly hopefully getting Swagger over, and he improves his flying and performance skills. So overall, a 70C+, pretty decent Superstars, and I hope you'll join me now for booking Monday Night Raw. Welcome guys to the Raw portion of this episode. We have another decent show about to take place. It is going to be 11 segments, 2 pre-show segments, as we just have this week and next week before we get to the Survivor Series in 2009. So just a continuation of the feuds between the likes of Kofi and Randy Orton. Jeri-Show, we're going to be just feuding with DX, although that is really kicking in. Jeri-Show, again, will take on Undertaker at Survivor Series. He's going to stick with that triple threat. And the same way DX against John Cena. But having these two, like DX together, will still continue that feud without the interaction with John Cena, thankfully. But I say, hopefully, it's a good show. Hopefully we can just keep up this good run of momentum we've started with, continue these feuds, and continue to build the couple of characters that I've started building so far. It's also interesting to see the likes of Carlito on the pre-show. I completely forgot Carlito was still with the company. So it's good to know we could still call on somebody like that could potentially get a push down the line. We are still booking this at the Palace of Auburn Hills in the Great Lakes region, because that's where we had booked, obviously, Superstars. So we'll see if it's a good show. Hopefully it is, and hopefully we can continue this momentum before, obviously, ECW and SmackDown. So it's not the biggest roster in the world, but hopefully we can really push on the wrestlers that we're using. So here's Monday Night Raw, guys. Enjoy the show. So we start off in an extremely short match. Sheamus defeats Primo in 529 by pinfall with the Celtic Cross. Simple match to put Sheamus over. 70C+ does its job. Sheamus is improving in Rumble technical skills, whilst Primo is improving in Rumble skills. So good job there, all round well done. In a match that had some good action but not much in the way of heat, Carlito defeated Santino Marella in 550 by pinfall with a handful of the tights. 53C-, not great, but again we're just going to rebuild Carlito up and hopefully push him. If it comes to worst, we'll either turn him face or Primo heel, and we'll reunite the Colon brothers. But hopefully push Carlito. He is one of my favourite wrestlers when I get back into wrestling in 2006, and hopefully he's one guy we can give a decent push to, and Carlito is improving his performance skills. We open the show with Jeri-Show coming down to the ring. They take the microphones and they start talking to the crowd, basically just saying, we're the tag team champions, we're dominating this place, and at Survivor Series we're going to win the World Championship. There's no better tag team than Jeri-Show. They get interrupted by DX. They have a big argument. DX obviously saying, well, the usual spiel, we're the best tag team ever. If you don't agree with that, we've got 2 words for you, suck it. And it leads to a match in the main event this evening. Solid 92A rating. I don't know how long we'll keep Jeri-Show and DX together, but if it's good ratings, then we'll use it for just now. I mean, down the line, if we split them up, there's 4 main event wrestlers we can use, and I really want to give a proper push to Shawn Michaels, because obviously they would be retiring at this time in real life, so I'm really hoping just to see maybe turn him heel, maybe try something different, or turn Triple H, we'll see. But good to see the Taker, Jeri-Show and Cena DX storyline both advance, and Triple H is allowing to show more charisma, and that's already booked in. In a match that had some good action but not much in the way of heat, Ted DiBiase continues to gain more momentum by defeating Evan Bourne in 742 by pinfall with a Dream Street. That's a 72B minus. I say he is a mid-carder in this compared to everyone else being upper mid-card that's a main event in Legacy, so I really need to push him, get a bit of momentum on his side. And unfortunately Evan Bourne was the guy that had to do the job, but he's improving technical skills, and apart from a few negatives, it was a pretty good result from that. Next up, the cameras have hurried backstage where Sheamus is attacking Jamie Noble. Obviously the match last week where Sheamus completely destroyed Jamie Noble. He just continued to wreak punishment on him, just to continue to build himself over as a monster heel. 54C minus. And about the featured great action and great heat from the audience, Randy Orton defeats MVP in 10:24 with an RKO. It's a 79B. Orton's improved his technical skills, just getting him some momentum before Survivor Series, just try different matchups as well. Very few negatives there, but happy with that. And a good win for the, well, I don't know if it'd be the Viper in 2009 just yet. But after it, the cameras remain focused on the ring. MVP is obviously making his way back up the ramp after losing. The Miz is coming out to his entrance. Both guys have a tension-filled stare down, neither give ground. Which 81B, US storyline continues, and that's going to set up the match for Survivor Series. I may add Swagger in because it's put Swagger in the storyline, but I've put these two in it to start with. Next up, and about the featured great action and a good crowd, Kofi defeats the Miz in 6:33 by pinfall with a Trouble in Paradise, again building Kofi Kingston right up. Disappointing it's only a 66C+. Really need Kofi to really come on to the next level if he's going to go over against Randy. But the Miz improving Rumble skills, and I just hope that's going to help Kofi a little bit. And then next up, Kofi celebrating his victory in the ring before Orton and DiBiase run in and attack him, beating Kofi down to the mat. 87B+. It is just to continue on the storylines between Orton and Kingston. You'll get a bit of heat on Randy Orton, so Kofi's got a reason to come back against him. The reason Cody Rhodes didn't join them is because he's got a match later this evening, so these two attack them. Orton looked good, DiBiase underperformed, that'll come within time, his performances in both storylines advance. That was quite disappointing. And about it featured great action and great heat from the audience. John Cena defeats Cody Rhodes in 8:51 by pinfall with an attitude adjustment following botched interference from Ted DiBiase. Just a 69C+. Was hoping to get a wee bit of a rub onto Cody Rhodes. He failed to deal with going all out. Cena failed to deal with the pressure as well. And yeah, just a pretty poor segment all round. Disappointing. Before the main event, Triple H and Shawn Michaels come out, take the microphone and obviously do the "we got 2 words for you, suck it" and all that as they prepare for the main event, which only draws an 80B, which is quite disappointing. But in a superb bout that had great wrestling and a sizzling crowd, the Generation X defeats Jeri-Show in 18:29 when Triple H defeated Chris Jericho by pinfall with a pedigree. Triple H and Shawn Michaels and the Big Show and Chris Jericho had great chemistry together. The announcing quality wasn't up to the match, of course that'll come over time. Taker and Jeri-Show and the Cena DX storyline both advance. Chris Jericho's improving performance skills. And at the end, after the match, DX and Jeri-Show won't stop fighting, despite the efforts from security to break them up, and it's an all-out brawl at the back. Shawn Michaels was fantastic, Triple H came out here looking excellent, and I got an 82B. Overall, we did get an 82B, which isn't the worst in the world. It increased our popularity in 15 regions, so basically it's going to improve our pop in everywhere that isn't in the US. But overall, it's just about getting these storylines, getting through to Survivor Series, and then that's when we can start to take our own kind of twist on storylines and really mould it into how we want it to go. Right, I'm just going to check there. They've just signed Britannia Knight, so let's just get her snapped up in a development deal. As well known as Paige. Let's see, ODB goes to Ring of Honor. Becky Lynch, as well Rebecca Knox, is going to WXW. Matt Jackson's keen for success. Austin Aries to NWA. Percy Pringle to JAPW. Let's see. Oh, Impact's on a Monday night as well. Oh, didn't know that. Let's look at Impact. So they'll have good shows in this because obviously all the ratings have been buffed up, which I didn't like about this mod. But so there might eventually be competition. Any guy that's decent will try and steal from them. But overall, I think it's just the aim is to just kill off TNA. Let's see what they actually thought of our show. Feedback positive. Most of the viewers having liked the show, that's ideal. And Superstars, pretty good. People enjoyed the show. And they get great feedback on Explosion, which got them a 68C+. Interesting. Anyway, let's have a look. I don't know why Jimmy Wang Yang's unhappy, irritated to push. Alright, we'll fix that. Just do that in the video quickly. So he wants to become a lower mid-card, that's cool. Still going to be jobbed out, Jimmy. I've got absolutely nothing for you. And stop him complaining. Have a grand quickly. There we go. He's pleased. McMahon's unhappy and Laurinaitis because I'd re-signed Brian Kendrick. That's Claudio Castagnoli in. He'll come in as a heel and I'll change him up into the Cesaro character. Buggy Nova goes to FCW. She did a small spell in development at one point. Let's see, JTG's unhappy, but we'll have a look at the ratings. 0.08, same as last week. 0.42, same as last week. 0.75 is down 1. 2.06 on Canal 5, which is up 0.5. 2.21 in J Sports, which is down 0.08. We're up 0.01 on the score. We're up 0.27 on Televista. And down 0.02 on USA Network, so that's not too bad. We'll just quickly do GTG as well. And that's Jimmy Wang Yang. There we go, GTG. See, it's actually a mid-carder, so he's already in the biggest push of his career, thanks to me. That's interesting. As I say, storyline wise, the main ones are really coming on. Cena and DX is over where it needs to be. Taker and Jeri-Show is over where it needs to be. And with Kofi and Orton as well. As long as we keep 4 over 65 feet, we should be on to a good wee storyline. And hopefully onto something good with this series. So anyway, that is it for this episode, guys. I say there's one more Raw before we get to Survivor Series. The next episode will be ECW and SmackDown. Unsure whether I'm going to continue with doing Superstars on the video before Raw. I just feel it's a load of filler. And I might just use it to debut wrestlers that you won't see on television for a few weeks, just to know what kind of spoiled debuts and whatnot. But anyway, thank you for tuning in, guys. If you did enjoy the video, please leave a like. If you get any comments, please leave them in the comments section below. And until next time, this is 21 Maxwell. I'll speak to you all real soon. Bye bye.